Hey, good afternoon. It's Doug Stein with PPE Advantage, and I had mentioned that I had found another company that looked to be selling or offering gloves and programs that weren't real. So after my big reveal of Universus a few weeks ago, I thought I would follow up with one more. This is from an offering from a company called Shield Gloves. Now, Shield Gloves out of Malaysia is an actual factory. They have an FDA, they have a 510K, so it is a factory. But the initial reach out to me was by someone who was approached by them, wanted to get some advice from me. Immediately, I took a look at it with an offer of $650 a box for gloves with a 30/70 payment split and 800,000 boxes a week. That was an immediate red flag to me that I wanted to look into it further. Although the factory is real, what I had told them, it's a matter of whether you're actually placing an order with the factory or working with anyone that can get gloves from that factory, or whether they're just using that factory as kind of like, a prop in order to rip people off. So I started diving in immediately there. A quick Google search led me to the only URL for that brand, Shield Gloves, out of Malaysia. It was one-stop glove specialist, state-of-the-art manufacturing, and it definitely had the address from the FDA down here. However, when I clicked on it, it brought me to a 503 error, which means their site is either dead or temporarily unavailable. So I searched caches, which will sometimes give you old versions of their site so you can see what it used to look like through Google, but there was no luck on that either. I had taken off the product specs underneath there and just went to Shield Gloves. I looked at Shield Gloves / About Us, which is often a page most URLs or most businesses will have. There was no luck. So no matter how I searched, I really couldn't get to the site of Shield's Gloves or to a site that looked like it was legitimate. Now, the site that was given in the PDF and to my friend that brought this to my attention was shieldglovesmanufacturer.com, which is clever. And that's been live for a whole 30 days. So I did a domain name check on how long the URL. It's a domain age checker tool that I use. And it brought up that it was 30 days old, created on the 15th of October. So then I wanted to double check. So I right clicked on the page itself, which will bring you up to all the HTML codes. It's the view the page source link. And if you type in a year or a date, you'll normally be able to come up with when it was made live. This has 10/20 that I highlighted all over the place. So led me to believe that my domain checker was correct, and it was made live on October of this year. So I went back into the site and I was just looking around. I got to the About Us page and I had seen these fun looking people and I thought, wow, those really look familiar. So I did an image search in Google, which brought me to Hartalega. And I went, yeah, that reminds me, I've seen that graphic before. So I coined this the epitome of both lazy and stupid combined, that they would actually pull Hartalega's About Us page, but it doesn't end there. I go down to a little bit more about us, that they were the inventor of the world's first lightweight glove in 2005, and they are now the largest producer of nitrile gloves in the entire world, capable of manufacturing 39 billion gloves a year and plans to expand to 43 billion gloves. And I thought to myself, I think I have seen that before as well. If you go to Hartalega site and you go to the About Us, Hartalega was the inventor of the lightweight glove. They're now, needless to say, they are now the world's largest producer of nitrile gloves in the world, capable of 39 billion gloves a year, with progressively expanding to 43.7 billion gloves in 2020. So they lifted that right off the site. And so then I went to the U.S. Custom Records for this company. And while I said in the beginning the factory does appear to be real, although I can't find them, they haven't shipped into the U.S. since 2018, according to this data. Looks like they had been doing some private label, or what they call OEM, for both Amex and Fastenal, but they haven't shipped in since May of 2018. And they just shipped in like 20-foot containers, 1,572 cartons, 1,182 cartons, 1,595 cartons in 2018. So not great. So then I went into the deck that my friend sent me for them, the Shield gloves. And I mean, the first thing that popped out was they're saying they can get 40,000 boxes into a 40-foot HQ. I've never heard of anything even close to that. 28,000 to 32,000 is about the norm. So 40,000 boxes that's 4,000 cartons of 10, by the way, so that's 40,000 boxes. That's just not going to happen. And then what else did I see? They talked about down here that their AQL, which is at allowable quality level, which is basically their defects, is 1.5. But you go right up to the report and it's very high. It's a 4.0. If this is even the SGS test or the testing for this glove, there's no idea whether it is or not. Going down, some nice pictures. Could be the gloves. Then I see this kind of faded out, fuzzy report. Don't know where this report came from for their ASTM 3578. But doesn't look too legit to me. And then obviously the payment method. Now, sending somebody 30% wire transfer, as long as it's going to the factory or going to somebody you know, is not a problem, but quite easy. These guys are just going to take your 30% and run, because to my knowledge, they have no relationship with this real factory. What else did I find out? Let's go to their website real quick. So their website, again, it looks quite a bit like Universus, as a matter of fact, because when you go down there, they're single-handedly revolutionizing glove making. So once again, they just lifted stuff right off of Hartalega. This is exactly word from word. Some of these pictures are also from Hartalega. Moving down here, I think there was another. Of course, they're showing latex here. That's not white nitrile. It's latex, but they're showing this as nitrile. I'm trying to find where they have their, yeah, here we go. So their products, and here we go, one of those big loading deals. So these guys have 41 lines versus Universus that had 120 or something. But they can produce with those 41 lines 230 million gloves produced a month, which isn't boxes. So they say they can produce 39 billion annually right here, and that they have 110 production lines, but here they only had 41. So, you know, there's just so much wrong with all this. Their certification, again, is just a bunch of icons. You click on them, you get nothing. So Shields gloves manufacturer, $6.90 a box or whatever it is, 30% deposit. These guys are, here it is again, right out of Hartalega. These guys are definitely not for real, and you need to be careful. You guys have a great Sunday afternoon, and be safe out there.